It's for Gryffindor, or for Mr. Peter Parker. I'm, I'm,
Here, have $100,
I
kid. I know you're broke.
I got a Midtown High in America. I don't care.
I know you're broke. MJ got dropped you.
I hear there's somebody named Paul in the picture. Have you considered liberal use of the Avada Kedavra?
No, man, we don't do
Mr. Parker, I'm going to send you on a two-way trip to the Marvel offices. I would advise.
We're live, by the way.
I would advise quite liberal use of the Cruciatus Curse on the Spider-Man department. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
So Cheadle Potter is back.
Welcome back to Harry Potter and the Half-Book Movie.
Also, the other worst Harry Potter movie. Because it's so goddamn slow.
You ever fucked up a previous movie so badly you had to transplant scenes from it into yours so that your film would make sense?
Guess this is what happened with this.
Yeah. So, we missed this last week. I was ill.
Yep.
But not to worry. We have returned, and I have a full extended edition, 2 hours and 38 minutes.
Yep.
All right. So
that's why I was
just ready to go.
Let me look up. I just want to look real quick and see here, because this film has. Okay, so this film only has 6 minutes, almost 7 minutes of deleted scenes. You're gonna notice.
Oh boy.
Not a lot of them show up at the start.
Yep.
I don't know why that is, but we're just gonna go ahead and get started now in 3, 2, 1.
Go.
So yeah, there was some controversy about this book. And in fact, this is probably of controversy about this movie, rather, because they cut approximately half of the book out, and the fans demanded that they stop doing that. Hence why the next film was 2 parts.
Well, that, and also they decided they want to have a big summer blockbuster.
Split
into 2 parts.
If you want to get yourself 2 parts out of it, you know, that's a
Harry
good way
and
to
Dumbledore
double your.
Ate and headed off to a lot. And headed off to a beach house. Else on that day.
Yeah, and I at least say that that was worthwhile to do Deathly Hallows in 2 parts, because that is a thick book.
Half-Blood Prince is the same length.
No, it isn't. Half-Blood Prince is the shortest. It's out of the books.
I thought Half-Blood Prince was the. I could have sworn Half-Blood Prince was the same size. Like physically.
No.
Half-Blood Prince is around a little over 650 pages long. On Goblet of Fire and Deathly Hallows are over 700 pages long, and In Order of the Phoenix is over 800.
So you'll notice, fans of the book will, rather, that we're depicting some things that were merely described in the book. That's a good thing. What's not a good thing is what they're going to leave out. Now, they have changed a few things.
Which is the conversation between the Prime Minister and the Minister of Magic.
Yes.
Who then gets replaced by Bill Nye's character.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Not that
No, not that one.
Bill Nye.
He was Billy Mack in Love Actually.
Yeah. Hi, Fenrir Greyback.
Where were you?
Taking Mr. Ollivander. Oh, hey, would you look at that? That's a bridge that won't be built until after the 90s. This is such a prominent scene that you can't ignore it. And if you look in the background, you can see the London Eye. A Ferris wheel that was constructed for the Millennium Festival.
So destroying a bridge in public was something that happens early on, right?
Yep.
Yeah, more missing stuff.
Yes, this gag's back.
And no, the aspect ratio didn't change there. It was just really poorly framed.
So that's what happens in between everything, then.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Harry,
And by
instead
the way,
of being at home, is at a random diner in the London Underground, getting hit on by a pretty black waitress. No, that's not a joke, by the way. The protagonist of the first Troll movie is called Harry Potter.
Of course.
Wait, Troll 1?
Troll 1.
The one that had actual trolls in it, not Troll 2.
Oh my god! Brown sugar button tastes good.
This was certainly a choice, you know, because this is the movie where they're actually kind of knuckling down and putting Harry and Ginny together and Ron and Hermione together, and there's just a random scene of Harry getting hit on by a pretty black girl at the start of the movie. Completely out of nowhere.
Up.
There's also
here.
Captain America will rip off this entrance later.
There's also one other part that was tied to, I think, around the book's release, to a big bout of trolling because of the ending here. This movie,
yeah,
where people were going
also
about.
Means that we don't have to have my family in the scene.
My family, aka not appearing in this movie. They'll be in the next one, and the last time you'll see them.
God damn it, I don't need that girl thinking I'm gay. Oh, come now, honey. We both know that you're going to be fucking Ginny by the end of this film anyways.
Fucking her over, or...
Not gay, you're just walking around with a random
just
old man.
holding on to your grandfather's arm. I'm not 12. I'm not 9.
But you
actually, yeah. Who was my grandfather, anyways?
I think he's in his starting to get into his early 20s at this point, right?
I think Daniel Radcliffe was he was like 19 or 20 at this point.
So he's basically college age.
Credit where it's due. Man has aged very well. He still looks very, very young, even for his age. They did. It is kind of odd that they made such a prominent note of Dumbledore's hand in this when Dumbledore was kind of trying to not address it in the book.
Yeah.
Like he was trying to keep it hidden.
You know, it was kind of... Dumbledore was trying not to show that he was getting weakened by a Horcrux.
Yes.
Yes. And then he has to go to the thing where
Horcrux, whose design... Yeah, Horcrux, whose design is wildly inaccurate to the book.
But we'll get to that later. So how many Horcruxes are destroyed at this point? I think 1, 2,
1.
So at this point, I think it is, just the diary.
Yeah, so Voldemort's effectively
just... strawberry jam, Harry.
Now, who might that be?
How often have you seen an armchair
so basically,
wearing shoes?
By the time they go Horcrux hunting, Voldemort's basically just down to half health at this point.
By the way, Horace Slughorn in this movie, and if he makes an appearance in Deathly Hallows, is played by the same man who plays the professor in Narnia.
Interesting.
I was expecting Stephen Fry, personally. I think Stephen Fry would have been a better choice. In fact, I think Stephen Fry should have played Dumbledore in the new TV show.
Honestly, I still think Jim Broadbent brings a certain charm to the character.
Oh, he does. I'm just saying, like, I thought it was gonna be... excuse me.
Well, Godspeed
I thought it was gonna be Stephen Fry.
Godspeed to the new kids that got to be in that Harry Potter show. Because they got some god tier type. They're going to be hit with so much crap.
Sad, which, by the way, but I wish them the best.
And it's kind of a shame that we never would get a proper adaptation of The Magician's Nephew, since that would actually explain why Diggory Kirk, the professor, knows so much about the wardrobe, and also why Jadis seems to have why there was a street lamp in Narnia.
Yeah. Slughorn is depicted as quite skinnier than he was in the book. So, do you remember when we read Harry Potter and the Lack of Lamb Sauce?
Damn!
Yes, with,
Yeah. With you fucking donkey! Gordon Ramsay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, there was another Harry Potter parody I remember reading a while ago. There's only like a couple chapters.
What was it called? Or what was it about if you don't remember the title?
I don't know. It was like making fun of a whole bunch of stuff, and it was like random shit happening for like a couple chapters, and that's about as long.
Was it one of the parody ones making fun of like bad fan fiction, or was that?
Because it actually came with like its own parody book cover to it too.
Ah, nice. Hey, if you ever find that.
Yeah, good. Get a figure out.
Harry's glasses don't have glass in them right now. Let's see, I was about to make a gay joke, but okay.
I mean, we already know that Dumbledore's gay.
Yeah.
So
I wonder what the plan was if Horace didn't decide to
Okay, then.
This movie has a lot of odd framing and lighting choices. This being prime amongst them.
That's one thing
I thought at various times I think that it looks like
this film as a whole, like, what the hell happened with the lighting?
Yeah, half the shots have interesting framing. Half the shots are just these flat, wide angles, and then most of the time the lighting is just weird.
One thing that some people have commented on regarding in the movie,
at least the lighting's consistent as opposed to like something like Cruella, where it's just beating you over the head about how poorly constructed it is.
Anyways, I was saying, Alex, so some people have commented on the fact that in the movie version of the Half-Blood Prince incident, they have set. Some people have noticed that Dumbledore seems to place quite a bit more faith in Harry very openly, mind you, as opposed to somewhat implicitly in the books.
Yes.
To the point where when we get to a later scene in the movie, Dumbledore straight up incapacitates Harry and hides him with the invisibility cloak.
Yes. And then there's...
Alright, Stark, I'm sending it to you right in the cover dive. I found what I was looking for. You think you probably assume that you've probably seen this.
That's one of the ones that was trained on like an early LLM. That's the proto AI story, with all the weird shit in it. That's great. It's funny how LLMs haven't gotten much better since then. They've just gotten better at pretending they don't suck.
I like how Ginny just happened to be like, oh, so when did Harry get here?
Get used to that leitmotif. It shows up a lot in this film.
Yep.
He's better with you than he is the Dursleys.
Like, seriously, Alex, I feel like there was a certain point in these times for the films or times with like the books and whatnot where Ginny is just used to seeing Harry's stuff just suddenly be here. And she's like, okay, when did Harry get here?
Is it just... now, I know the burrow has never been particularly large, but is it just me, or has it gotten smaller?
That happens. I'm sure it's...
Because...
sure they had...
Did they have, like,
I'm guessing
like a set fuck-up or something? Actually, it occurs to me that we've only ever... In previous films, we've only seen the lower floors of it.
Yeah, we haven't really seen, like, the upper floors of the burrow.
I just don't recall it being this small.
By the way, Alex,
Hi, Draco.
Well, that's not good.
Why? Okay, so quick question. How exactly... Oh yeah, so, by the way, welcome to the second chapter in the book. This one's been moved quite significantly.
So how much we jumped around so far?
So we went from chapter... We skipped over a big chunk of chapter 1, skipped over chapter 2 to chapter 3 and 4, skipped back from chapter 4 into chapter 2 again. Hi, Wormtail. What are you doing here, you duplicitous bastard?
Hey, Pettigrew, you suck.
There you
go. Snape's like, yeah, no, I'm not dealing with your bullshit.
Out of here.
Nope.
I already have to deal with enough.
You.
The funny thing is that I've recently gone back to rewatch some of Final Fantasy VII Mission Abridged, and
even though you are quite
Alex, you know that Scott Ferrick's voice is sung, right?
Yes.
Of the Turks?
Yes.
Alex?
Yeah?
So, Scott Ferrick's for sung decided to put on an Alan Rickman impression.
Yeah. So, I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Bellatrix, have you developed the ability to teleport without apparating? Because you appear to be jumping around the fucking room.
Oh, here we're going to get introduced to the unbreakable vow. We see that elaborated on a bit further when the Weasleys tried to make Ron do it.
Yeah,
but this
sequence is quite heavily truncated from the book. There was a bit more discussed here.
I feel like they kind of got the point across well enough.
See, the thing is, yes, this is a situation where I can kind of see that they got their points across well enough here. They won't do that later, and in fact, film... The thing is, the way they've done this, it's quite clear to me that there's stuff... It wasn't that they edited stuff in the scripting stage, and I can kind of confirm that from having read this script. They've edited stuff out in the editing bay, and those deleted scenes just aren't on the fucking Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So, what happens if you break the unbreakable vow? Do you just die?
Yeah. The person who broke the vow dies.
So it's basically like a binding vow in JJK. Probably its worst.
Yes, and here's the thing: there has to be a witness, otherwise, this unbreakable vow is null and void. Hence, why Bellatrix is here. Because if it were just him and Miss Malfoy here, it wouldn't work. Bellatrix had to be here in this scene.
Well, somebody had
and
to
that
be here.
and this was the case in the book.
Bellatrix's barmy ass is another thing.
Oh, I love this.
So
this
is, the twins bought
a really
Zonko's
neat
joke
visual.
shop with the
Well,
money.
Look at that!
Yeah, with the money that Harry gave them. That we didn't
Fred,
see
George,
happen.
We love you.
This is the Weasley leitmotif from the previous film. Oh, so that's what Batman has.
No, I'm going to be dating Harry Potter.
Who the fuck is that? Oh, that's Cormac.
You're not getting a discount, Ron.
You're getting an upcharge just for that.
Oh, hi, Lavender. Didn't you used to be black?
Well, she got a race swap spell.
Yeah, we didn't need the exposition in the book. I think we had this conversation, and if I'm not mistaken, and that conversation was had with the twins.
Sorry,
yeah,
my dog.
somebody fucking raided Ollivanders.
Yep.
Seems like I kind of feel like we should have reopened the wand shop by now.
Funny how one of the least self-centered members of the Malfoy family is called Narcissa.
I know. She's like the only member of the Malfoy family who actually cares about somebody else.
Other than themselves.
Even if it is... Yeah, even if it is mostly just her own son, yeah.
We snooping on Mr. Malfoy.
Well, I mean, of course, because Draco is the most
Draco
sus.
Malfoy. Snooping as usual, I see.
He's a greasy little bastard.
Hold on a sec.
Not Severus Snape. Oh, that's Fenrir Greyback. What the fuck is he doing here? It's a shame I didn't bring any silver bullets.
And then cut to the train.
Completely missing the appeal of the Quibbler being part of the appeal being that it was banned in the last film. But we cut that scene.
Because of course they were.
Along with the reason why it was banned.
Hmm.
A Death Eater, dumbass! No shit, Sherlock. It might be down to the fact that his dad was a Death Eater, too.
Ode 4, I'm gonna go stalk him.
By the way, that's Blaze Zabany, everybody.
Yep. And now Draco is back to actually being a somewhat serious character.
That's not a joke, by the way. A lot of people thought Blaze Zabany was a girl. Just because of the name.
Nope. Hey, now, why is that car...
Wonder how he figured it out, though.
He saw some subtle movement in above.
It was a bit less obvious in the movie.
The thing is, and Draco has also been fucked with before by Harry.
Yeah.
So he's kind of picked up on things?
With the invisibility cloak.
Yep. Hey, Luna!
Using her fucking X-ray glasses, or whatever the hell they are, her to find out.
Well, they're not X-ray glasses, it's just she can see
specs.
certain things.
That's not how Finita and Incantatum works! It doesn't work on the invisibility cloak! Yeah, that's actual conversation I've had with people every now and again. And it's like you're gonna ask me my name. It's like, I am not going to dignify that with a response. You know what it is. You know how it's spelled.
Yep.
I'm gonna fucking kill you. Throw you off the fucking astronomy tower. How you like that? Yeah, I think I'm gonna let Madame
Several worlds
Pomfrey
of
handle
differences.
this. Well, that is the correct spell.
I've been like,
can you get the
you know,
blood
the
off
worst
my
part
face?
is that
Isn't it
actually
Evanesco?
helped me. Ah. Yeah.
Dude, hey, how did you cover that entire handkerchief in blood? Evanesco pinched the fucking nose. That owl's never been animated before. Snape finally got his position as Dada Professor. Which is more than what the European Union and the United Kingdom government will tell you.
Yep.
Hey, what was that about Ron and Hermione being prefects?
Indeed.
That conversation was left out of the previous films.
Yep.
Yeah.
Quit being a bitch. Yes, the book that would showcase the important plot point that would give this movie its title.
Yes.
That is also barely expanded upon in this book, or in this movie.
I do like how both of them immediately went for the one that wasn't beat to fuck.
I assumed that
because they've both had hand-me-downs their entire lives.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that there's only one flashback that happens involving Tom Riddle.
And there were several in the book, yes.
There's only one that comes up in the movie, from what I recall.
Hmm. That was Severus Snape, wasn't it?
And up until the end of this movie, that plot point is never addressed.
Why does this sound like the opening?
The thing that plays with their
at the start of Cats.
I don't know.
The what you call it? What's it called? That was a horrible jump cut, but it was kind of covered.
Oh my!
Mommy, why?
Duly noted, sir.
It will be used later.
So this means in my D&D campaign, and I'll get every roll I roll will be a 20.
No, that's a common misunderstanding of how advantage works. You just roll 2 dice and take the highest.
Okay. Hey, so
every
every
roll
roll
feel free
I
to call me a
roll,
massive nerd.
so every roll I will get with, and as long as the effects are in place, will be successful advantage.
Yes.
Natural 20. I'm sorry, I'm still not over that Devil Artemis video, Alex. Nat 20. Fuck! Alright. Hey, Roshi, he also makes sweet love to the dragon.
Damn it, Harry. I've been trying to push you two together forever. Are you at least going to be going out with that Luna girl? Well, I hear she's quite available and quite pretty. I wouldn't know I'm into men and old women. Thomas Marvellus Riddlestein.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
A lot of these for this one weren't put in as jokes. I was quite bitter. I don't like this movie.
Yeah,
much.
I'm sure you were. It's just this makes for a good gag, Alex.
Yes, it does.
And thus we have the only Tom Riddle flashback, I believe, for the movie.
No.
Oh dear, I
We
appear
got a few more.
I appear to
Yeah.
not be played by a young Richard Harris. I appear to be played by
A younger looking Michael Gambon.
by Michael Gambon in a wig.
How do you feel about how do you feel about Gambon by this point in the franchise?
I feel like that they should have just for this scene, they should have gone like the Saw 6 route and just slapped a backwards baseball cap on him.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Some people say that that it was kind of by this point that Gambon didn't really, sound angry.
He's got better material at this point.
Material.
He's not being directed off the rails, so to speak. Oh yeah, that. Yes, this this conversation has been quite heavily truncated.
Oh. Whisper very sexual things.
Mr. Dumbledore, I hear voices in my head that counsel me and understand. Is that normal?
No, why would you ask that, Harry? That's a stupid fucking question.
Slughorn. Yeah, see, Harry actually is kind of figuring what Dumbledore wants out of him.
Yes.
Fuck you.
That's the first time that they've actively depicted the Hogwarts protective spells as a deflector shield.
I wonder how often they have to maintain that.
It's like, dum. Oh, we got another one.
At some point, it's just got to be turned into a bug zapper for these Death Eaters.
No, don't do it yet. I'm gonna try.
You put that thing up. It's so tantalizing.
So yeah, this is the room of requirement.
Hey.
And that's the vanishing cabinet.
Something that's supposed to be very important. Sorry, I said that in the middle of it. God damn it.
That one was put in for the joke. Oh yeah, we've completely skipped over Harry becoming the captain of the Quidditch team because we skipped over Wood graduating. Harry, what the fuck are wrong with your eyebrows?
I'll be right back.
You look like Martin Scorsese. Everybody's on a first-name basis if you just call them by their first name. They can't stop you. God damn it, Ron. I do kind of like how this movie shows a bit of Harry and Ginny working together a bit more. Hi, Lavender. You didn't even know that Ron existed until yesterday. McLagan. Yeah, there's good shit in here. You should probably read it. Nah. Yeah, of course. We have to be ready for this film's climax, even though that scene will wind up being cut from the final version.
Sorry about that.
You're good.
So we're at Hogsmeade?
Yes.
Alright, I think I'm going to stick around for a few more minutes before I dip.
Alright.
Alright.
Oop.
You may notice that our commentary for this movie is slightly lower energy. That's because this movie is slightly lower energy.
It was also a lot slower paced, and nothing much really happens.
Slow-paced, and yet they still couldn't fit the rest of the fucking book in.
Which is odd.
Well, I hope he doesn't mean the way I think he does. No, Ron, of course he doesn't mean the way you think he does.
Somebody's feeling a little insecure.
This is a very strange scene. Have a nice moment, and then suddenly this happens.
Yes. Gizmo says hotel ass. No, I shouldn't have to explain that that's not how that fucking necklace works, but okay.
Yeah.
We had to inject a bunch of, we had to inject something to wake up the audience.
Yep.
Yeah, surprise jump scare.
line from the trailer.
That's one of the memes there, and that is a line that was created for the movie. One of the better movie original lines, I'd say.
Really? You're going to assume that in front of Snape?
-10.
Without any evidence? This was a line that Riff Tracks made fun of in their bit with this movie.
Hmm.
You would think Harry would just be a tad more humble. Well, by this point being like, hey, I never asked for this position. It was just thrust upon me. Hey, when did you get this back?
Good question.
And why haven't you been using it?
Not that we've seen any of that. Hmm. I like how Blaze is sitting here just wondering, why the fuck did I agree to this? He just can't stand that he's surrounded by these morons. Which is funny,
Well, I mean,
because he's going to be palling around with fucking, he's gonna be palling around with fucking Malfoy in the next film.
Interesting how Slughorn is actually somewhat fascinated with
Yes.
Hermione's parentage. It's like he doesn't judge her. He's like, "Oh,
No,
tell me
yeah.
more."
Yeah, that's the interesting thing of him being a Slytherin. He's just like fascinated by Muggles as opposed to prejudiced against them.
Alright. Y'all have fun with the rest of the movie. I got dip.
Alright.
Hey.
Take care, man.
He killed my parents, and he summoned the Mandragora after them. Although the weird thing is that he also had the Manhandla. Please tell me you know what the Manhandla is, Alex.
Yes.
Good. Now what's going on here? Is that Seamus?
That was. He's wearing.
How is it that I'm able to correctly
uniform.
identify Seamus as almost every time in these movies?
Because he doesn't change.
Indeed.
Hmm.
The Winter Quidditch Games.
And we're actually playing fucking Quidditch.
It's been so long.
That lion actually roared in the books. Like it would open its mouth and roar.
Hey, Neville. Damn. Ron is channeling all of his Giga Chad energy.
We don't have any Weasley as our king chants, though. Somehow the entire Quidditch team is out of their uniforms.
Nope. And now Hermione is
Mega jelly.
Seething.
Coping. Seething. Thankfully not
Molding. It's alright, Hermione. It's alright. You'll get with him later in the book.
This music sounds a bit Legend of Zelda-y. Oh, doesn't feel great.
Oh,
I get the feeling we could probably get back at both of them if you really want. Well, no, technically Ron's my best friend. Yeah, this caused a bit of controversy when this girl was cast as Lavender, because two black girls had played roles that were called Lavender Brown previously, but Lavender didn't have any lines in those movies. So what was that about not waiting, Hermione? Not waiting until it was too late? They're... Ginny and Ron are both lucky that that right there didn't turn into something, because... Oh dear God. Oh dear God. Can it?
Yep.
I hate being in the middle of conversations like this. I mean, I could just go and punch him really hard. Alright, listen.
Bitch.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna take Romelda right outside.
And no, you will not bring balance to the Force.
For a solid C and 2, if you know what I mean. Oh, I thought it was because your shoes were always getting stolen.
Back at the room of requirement.
Meanwhile, in the room of requirement, Draco tries to make applesauce.
Alrighty. Someone took a bite of that apple just to make themselves look more like an asshole. Oh, hey, Neville.
Is that... What even is that? Are those goblets of water? That is a horrible way to make decisions.
Indeed.
He might actually like that sort of thing, who knows? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-da-ba.
Your wish has not been granted. They're
Yep.
the wrong ball.
No. Well, 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 Mr. McLagan. I'm sucking on the dragon's
If you throw up on my
balls
shoe again, I'll have you expelled.
Okay.
Have you noticed that there's only been one class depicted in this entire fucking movie?
Snape's like, you act like I fucking know. He didn't say to me.
Into a movie set at a school. Now, what have we said about getting caught? Where did those twins come from? Where did the Patel twins go?
You know, when I ended up rewatching this movie after reading the book, I was like, did they not have that scene in the movie? And I'm like, oh, wait, they did. It was just, off in the distance like that. Because that's obviously meant to be like Harry seeing it from a distance away.
Yes. Why did you CGI her breath on the window? Dear fucking God, she's annoying.
Look, Hermione, just say something.
Say anything. Start speaking nonsense.
Hey, remember him?
Yes.
Lupin?
Lupin the Third.
Oh, and eat. You'll feel better.
Yep. I'll be right back.
Now I'm blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Oh, would you look at that? They're kind of trying to make them a thing. Oh, God. What was that delivery? God fucking damn it, Ron Third Wheel Weasley. Don't put the pie that you just bit into back on the goddamn tray. I'd
better have been meat pies, because I'll gladly take a meat pie.
Is that a... Looks like an electric typewriter. An old radio, an old TV. A more recent radio. Analog typewriter, part of a vinyl record player. I'm trying to see if there's like a Commodore 64. A bunch of old telephones. Oh, motorcycle. Blender, no top.
You sure about that? Now who could be out in the distance?
I hope you guys are ready for a completely unnecessary invented action scene.
Hey, Tonks.
Your hair is noticeably not pink.
See, now this scene doesn't really make a lot of sense. It's narrative-wise because it gets because this contradicts stuff in Deathly Hallows.
Oh yeah, this scene is infamously terrible. I've never had a girl offer to tie my shoes for me. This is just odd. Yeah, speaking of Dragon Ball, here's a filler sequence. Is that the same clip that they played in the last movie?
See, so the Death Eaters attacking in the burrow already makes it so that the burrow is unsafe in the films, as opposed to in the books where they don't attack until the wedding in Deathly Hallows.
Yeah.
So, why did the films include this?
Especially considering that Deathly Hallows was out by now. Like, we knew exactly what was necessary. This is one of those instances of adding in bullshit. And I would have cut this if it wasn't for the fact that we needed to talk about that.
Hey, it's the werewolf guy.
I'm a werewolf, bitch. That's not how magic spells work. You can't just wave your hand and bat them off. Especially not someone like Greyback, who's not super great as a magician. He's like Greyback's more of a bite you, turn you into a were creature kind of guy.
I feel like they added this solely just because they needed action.
They literally did.
See, look at that.
Yeah. Oh my god, the burrow's on fire, which is going to have absolutely no consequences.
Yeah, this scene ends up having no consequences whatsoever. Because they'll still try to take shelter here in the following movie. Yep,
Yeah,
there's
they
the
chopped a
edited
chunk out of this scene here. And this is the first deleted scene they've got. Took me a lot of work to color correct all of the deleted scenes in this film. Because for some reason they're all like horribly overexposed and way too yellow. There's another one of the memes. I was gonna make a joke about Harry saying, hey, maybe she could vomit on his dick, but then I realized that's a horrible idea. Hey, you're not the guy who played young Tom Riddle in Chamber of Secrets. I tortured another student until he told me. Oh yeah. Yeah, this memory was quite heavily altered when it was handed over to Dumbledore.
I believe if that bit where Harry and Dumbledore are over that cauldron and is a nod to the visual image on the book cover.
Yes, yes indeed. I remember when I read the book and I got to that portion and I realized, oh, so that's what that is. It's strange. This exchange is a bit curious. Seems as though I've had this exact conversation before, approximately 50-something years ago. And he hasn't exactly been teaching any classes in this movie. Harry, I think you might have just done fucked up.
You weren't supposed to reveal your whole hand.
Oh, he didn't just show his whole hand. He fanned out the entire fucking deck.
He fanned out all 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons and
all 4
the Blue Eyes
of
Ultimate Dragon.
This scene's not in the script. I don't know where it's supposed to go. Because in the script, it just cuts right here. Yeah, this conversation's kind of important, and it got cut out of the movie. Now, can you think real hard about sequences that were invented for this film that could have been cut instead of this?
Good night, soon to be Belle in a shitty remake. What?
Excuse me. Completely left out the scene of where these things came from.
Okay, Ron, you're creeping me out.
Kevin, does this remind you of anything?
Oh no.
No, I don't know her either. All right, Ron, we're going to the hospital. I'm bypassing Madame Pomfrey. I'm taking you straight to St. Mungo's. Wemby? Weasley.
Yeah, hit with a love potion that was meant for Harry.
Plus, in a situation like this, you really don't want to fuck up. What? Voldemort's name? Excuse me. Well, I'm gonna kill that bitch.
I've gone cross-side.
Do you have a can of Monster? I'll take Ultra White. And then Ron immediately starts foaming at the mouth. Where is it? Where do you keep him? There we go. Thank you, Professor Snape. He may have been a dick about it, but he did teach Harry about these on his very first day of school.
Literally.
I don't think...
And Ron was briefly posed like the draw me like one of your French wizards.
In my head, I pictured him falling down in the Yamcha pose.
Why indeed?
Like how Snape is putting the pieces together in his head, and he's like, stupid boy didn't even bother telling me about this. What of the point? Why weren't you here earlier? Snape's just wondering. Oh dear God. Why? Headmaster, can I leave for this exchange?
Hermione.
No, I'm afraid we must watch the cat fight in all of its glory.
Talk about obsessed.
I know.
You need therapy, woman.
Badly.
Now, Severus, watch closely. It's about to turn into a train wreck. Train wrecks are very funny.
Yes, indeed, Headmaster.
Oh, to be young again. And gullible.
Yeah, as
Thank
they
you,
say,
Mr. Wayne.
Young, attempting to screw young wizard Hitler and Minerva.
As they say, admiration
Madam
is
Pomfrey,
the
you're looking
furthest
a lot younger than you did in the
state
first
of
movie.
understanding. As in, she really admired him, but she did not understand Mr. Weasley. I'm sure you gentlemen can guess where that quote is from. Alex, I know you've read that part in the manga.
Now, what exactly is Draco doing?
It was the thing that Aizen had told Hitsugaya for mocking Hinamori's dedication to him.
wonder how many times in a day they made Tom Felton yank that cover off there. Now let's see what this canary does in the cobble mine, shall we? That was an odd shot. There was a black line at the bottom of the screen. One that wasn't part of the letterbox. Couldn't tell you why that was. Not a product of my editing or encoding. Greyco, take that bird out of here before Greyback tries to snack on it. Ron's got his fucking wand out at the table. Well, the first thing you said when you woke up was Hermione's name, so that might have something to do with it. Yeah, Boggle, the Muggle board game.
Oh.
We've, almost entirely skipped over the sequence in which Harry replaced the, book cover. Well, almost completely. I do remember that he had platinum blonde hair, and he looked like a ferret.
Malfoy, maybe you could act less suspicious by, not power walking away.
Now, if you power walked everywhere you went, that would be a quite interesting tactical decision, because then nobody would be able to tell when you're in a hurry.
When you're being suspicious?
Yes. That's not something I do on purpose. I just have very long legs, and therefore I walk everywhere very quickly as Wasn't this the girls' bathroom in Chamber of Secrets?
Maybe it was.
Is this the same set, or is this a different... Actually, no. No, it's a different one, because they've changed around the, It was a central thing. Hey, when did you guys learn, wordless magic? How did that go right past him but not mess up his wand? Hey, would you look at that? It's that spell that Harry never used in the death battle.
By the way, where are Creature and Dobby?
That's a great question, Kevin. I believe they are sirs not appearing in this movie. Oh my god, look at all that CGI blood. That's terrible. What have you done to my godson, Mr. Potter? That's not how that works. I don't want that blood in my body anymore. It's got bathroom water in it. Yeah, so the purpose behind what Harry is going to do here has completely changed. Those are Wrangler jeans. Why is she wearing just plain old Wrangler jeans? Her dad's a muggle. So you stash things you don't want anymore. Old school books, contraband, unwanted children.
Hello.
How odd. Never know what you might find. You might find a really awkward love scene.
Yep. Please keep them so closed that we cannot see the whites of them.
But make sure to sleep with one eye open, grabbing a pillow tight.
Yeah, the funny thing is that kind of reminds me of how Pip was able to get a kiss out of Ceres just from her being blind, and yet at that point she didn't care, or that he was, kissing her while she couldn't see.
I thought you meant. I thought you were asking if we fucked. We did that too.
Might as well make his own look.
Oh boy, I hope they remember that Harry saved half of that potion. Because if not, it's going to be on top of the list of the rest of the things they fucked up in this movie. And every other movie.
Took a swig of the entire thing, didn't he?
Okay, so they did make sure that there is half left in the bottle. There's an entire featurette on the Blu-ray about him going down to Hagrid's. Or more specifically, what he finds down there. Why don't we just put Felix Felicis in the water supply?
Because then everybody would be lucky, and when everyone's lucky, no one is.
Seems like a good idea, though. You're lucky. Again, Tony's not here, and I think he's the only one who would have gotten that joke. Sure they are. Why can't I never find... So, side note, you can't ever find those little tins anymore anywhere. Like, I tried to buy some on Amazon, and they showed up smaller than advertised and made of very thin metals.
Slughorn's like,
Harry's been possessed by the spirit of a D&D bard.
No, he's gotten all the luck from Domino from X-Men.
Hmm.
The hell does that mean?
Yeah, so fun fact. This is Aragog, much smaller than he was in Chamber of Secrets. And he's completely practical. I saw the full thing. It is actual size. And the fact that he tried to kill me and feed me to his children.
Hagrid's like, you know what? You've got a valid point there.
It's so cool. Look at it. All those are practical. That's real too. That's not in the book.
Yep. Of course. Oh, even the puppies mourning.
So this is what it's like being the only Sebub guy at the party. Yep. Life and death. That was... Yeah. God. I'm very glad that they allowed this scene to remain intact, because if they'd chopped it up like any of the others... Oh yeah, keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. This is how this works.
Yep.
Look at this. This is how this works. There's no there's no weird crying bullshit here.
And unfortunately, we'll get crying bullshit in the last movie. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Okay.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that ring. That's not...
Yep.
That ring is not correct.
Or it's not.
It... Excuse me. And I'm gonna try and find an illustration of the
It's
gaunt
purely
ring.
hypothetical. As I say that as I'm lying through my teeth.
Yep, Marvolo Gaunt's ring. It specifically has the Peveril coat of arms on it, which is the symbol of the Deathly Hallows. I don't think we saw a symbol of the Deathly Hallows in there.
No.
Professor? Professor, I seem to... not notice anything about this ring. Are you sure you have the right ring, Professor?
Ugh.
At least they have the key of it being cracked. Where's Harry's scar? Where's Harry's scar?
Where indeed?
You can... yeah, it's very faint in this light. Yeah, so you can tell right here, Dumbledore's kind of figuring out, oh dear, this boy's got a piece of Voldemort inside him. Sounds like Dan is very hoarse during this scene. Like they meant to dub it over, but didn't because the scene got cut. Curfew.
I wonder which part of that are the memory that we see in Deathly Hallows Part 2. Ooh, that conversation and what's...
You need a... Harry, you need a shave. Has no visible facial hair whatsoever. That has bothered me for the... what? This movie came out in 2008, so 17 years? That line's not
very,
in the book, by
very
the way.
Old man. Too many people say that I remind them of my mom, which means my mom must have gotten around. Of course it does. Because he's goddamn Dumbledore. I want to just imagine that when they tried to do that, they just go splat right against the barrier. Then they're like, Okay, let's actually leave the grounds and try this again.
Yeah. Yeah, see, for that one, they made the scar a lot bolder. I don't know if it was just a lighting issue or what. Yeah, there's another deleted scene coming up here soon. Towards the end of this film, they just started chopping bits out of every scene.
He queued up Breakfast at Tiffany's before he killed someone to death. But I'm sorry, Professor, but that sounds like a redundancy. Harry, I don't stutter.
I hope you like that transition. I was quite pleased with it myself.
Including turrets.
Harry, we must construct additional pylons.
Professor, no offense, but we have to calibrate those.
Calibrating?
Yes, we have to calibrate them according to this Turian fellow I met.
All right. Get to calibrating. I'll calibrate the left half, you calibrate the right.
Okay. Now imagine if Dumbledore were to use the Force the same way that Yoda did in Empire Strikes Back. Now wonder what could be inside that water. I bet you it's full of creatures from the Black Lagoon, who are all sadly disappointed that no woman has come by to see them. Hmm. Well, that just
Professor,
seems
I didn't bring any
stupid.
whiskey with me, so there's no way we can get the... Actually, how the fuck would we make a stone drunk, Professor?
No, Harry. I mean that it must be drank.
Okay.
That's not comforting, Professor.
And I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany's. She said, I think I remember the film as I recall. I think we both kind of liked it. And I suppose that's the one thing we've got.
Hey, Professor, what if I punched the fountain really hard and spilled all of the potion on the floor? Harry? Harry? Don't get it from there. Just pour it directly into his mouth. No. No.
No.
Harry, don't. Harry, don't. There's zombies in the water.
And they don't, and believe it or not, they're not in the mood for dance choreography.
Harry? There's dead things in the water. Dead faces in the water.
I believe that would be something Jacksepticeye would start saying. Hey!
This is Thriller, Thriller night, and no one's gonna save you from the beast about to strike. You know it's Thriller, Thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside a killer, chiller, thriller. Hit tonight. It's close to midnight.
Thriller's such a great song.
Looking in the dark, under the moonlight, you see a sight that almost stops your heart. You try to scream, but terror takes the sound before you make it. You start to freeze as horror looks you right between the eyes. You're paralyzed. Get off of me, Colum. I don't have your precious.
The precious will be mine.
I don't. Gotta get out of here before they bite me, or I might turn into one of them. That's not how zombies work in this universe, Potter.
Even when severely weakened, Dumbledore's still carrying.
Fiend fire, although the movie will not tell us it is fiend fire. See, I had to do a bit of creative editing here, because, there's basically no way to link up the version of the scene as it plays out in the extended edition. Yeah.
Yep.
As it does in the movie. Yeah, this sequence plays out a lot differently in the theatrical cut. It doesn't have this track behind it. There's a lot more ambience and sound effects and things like that. And this is the last shot of the sequence, essentially. With, waiting on it to appear, waiting on it. This shot goes on. This shot was essentially the first shot of this sequence. It comes after Filch on the bridge. I might have dialed the saturation back on this shot a bit too much.
Right.
Yeah, and so this shot came at the end of that sequence. Or what was left of it. Yeah, because as you were mentioning, in the book, Dumbledore doesn't ask, he just makes him go down there.
Yeah. He makes Harry go down and incapacitates him and with a petrification spell while also hiding him with a cloak.
Yeah, there's an action sequence that was removed from here. And you put a completely unnecessary action scene before this, halfway through the movie, and that's the Dark Mark, alright. Harry was right. It finally was Malfoy.
And that's a plot point that'll come up later.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I desperately, seriously hope that this doesn't fuck up any strange Dark Lord's plans.
Unintentionally, mind you. Look, Draco.
Listen, Draco, you can
You're
feel free.
not a macho,
In fact,
man.
You're not a macho man. You've got to be a macho man.
and because Dumbledore asked him to trust Severus, he does.
Yep.
And Harry is going to spend the next 20 minutes of this movie and all of the next most of the next two movies beating himself up over this decision.
Hello, Severus. I currently have a machine gun hidden underneath my robes. I'm going to come charging at you. Oh, dear God, what a development! Snape has killed Dumbledore!
Surprisingly, one of the more shocking twists in the book.
Now, I wonder if this was an intentional Die Hard homage.
It has to be, because Alan Rickman is our killer in this.
I know. God damn it, Bellatrix, stop setting everything on fire!
See, Snape Alan Rickman knew that he needed to, use a Protego spell.
Yes.
Oh, he didn't flub that up like the werewolf guy did.
No.
It's almost like he's been working on these movies since the beginning. Bitch.
So, yeah, this is going to be the only hint that Snape was the one who owned that book. Because they essentially just cut out the sequence of him noticing what kind of spell it was that was used on Draco. And the time of him getting suspicious over Harry's...
Yeah, I feel like that line would have hit
abilities.
a little bit harder had we gotten more time to spend on the mystery.
Which we could have very easily done if we'd...
Granted, Alan Rickman delivered it perfectly there. It's just... Goodbye, old friend. We will miss you. Yeah, remember? Yeah. And all that effort they went through to get that necklace, turned out it was a fake.
Yep.
A red herring, if you will. Like that one kid from A Pup Named Scooby-Doo.
Yes, left there by Regulus Black, the guy that we mentioned at the start of the film. Although we won't find that out till later. Oh, man. That does tug at the heartstrings, doesn't it? And the light pushed up through the sky to banish the skull almost looks like a phoenix. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, Jenny, where'd you come from? Weren't you across the courtyard earlier?
Eddie, wake me up. Give me some adrenaline.
Wake me up inside.
Give me some...
Yeah.
You made it too hard for me not to, Alex. You made it too hard. God damn it.
That text gag will never not be funny.
The first note I put in this film. I got through putting in all the deleted scenes, and then I started putting the little notes in. And that was the first one I went to. I was like, right, I know what I'm putting in there. Harry, you might want to take your wand with you. What, you mean the one that I've got in my pocket? No, the one that's on Dumbledore's desk.
No? That's not important.
Yeah. Albus Percival, Wulfric Brian Dumbledore. Asleep in his portrait.
A lot of standing around.
Excuse me. And there's a lot of... Like, this scene's not even that long. I remember reading this book for the first time and thinking, oh my god, it finally is Snape and Draco. They've been suspecting him for pretty much since the beginning. And if Sirius was still alive, he'd be able to tell you what that was.
Yeah, he would have been able to tell him, but no.
Oh yeah, this line's not going to pay off in the theatrical cut.
Yeah, but that won't be necessary, Hermione, because you would be dead without both of them with you.
Unless, of course, you brought a really big gun to Hogwarts, which isn't legal in Britain. Yeah, I stripped out the music track from the theatrical version of this scene and looped it in the background during the cut part of this. This was the most challenging sequence for me to color correct because, oh dear God, it seemed like they'd shot it on the surface of the sun. It was way overexposed.
Yeah.
The yellows were cranked up way too high. I had to like white balance it and then color correct it, and it still didn't come out looking great. I could probably do it if I had more time to work on it, and I could probably make it look better, but it looks good enough for our viewing purposes, so...
Thus concludes Half-Blood Prince.
Yes. I gotta give it like a 5 out of 10, because there's...
Yeah, around the same for me.
Great stuff in here, but there's also
yeah, there's some good stuff here and there.
There's also a lot that they left
was...
out, and a lot of things that they put in that didn't need to be here.
Yeah. Overall, we're thankful that we're almost done with these. And thankfully
it's still
the next
a pretty
one,
good film.
Yes.
And thankfully the next one is a good one, according to Alex.
Yes, although I am going to have to...
Yep.
I'm looking on the
so
box
tune
here.
in next time when we do the Harry Potter film series with
scenes. Okay, good.
Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Yeah, so good. The Blu-ray does have the additional scenes on it, so I'm not going to have to source them from somewhere else, because I have a double feature of Deathly Hallows 1 and 2. I've got double features for all the others, but they came... Everything except for Half-Blood Prince came with the deleted scenes on the main disc. Half-Blood Prince has so many special features that the deleted scenes were on disc 2, and they didn't include the, they didn't include second discs on the 7th movie, so... And the discs only say movie, so that just kind of worried me. Yeah, but yeah. Besides, I've got time and ability. I will have this more than done by the time we get
and
to
tomorrow
watching.
We are going to be wrapping up Diamond is Unbreakable.
I'm gonna have to adjust the Discord settings, because I swear to fucking God, half the time when I'm talking, it's not picking me up.
Weird.
Like, I've got...
Odd.
I can see that my levels work fine in... I can see that my levels work fine in OBS, because they're right below the red zone. But every now and again, when I'm talking, if I speak a little bit lower, it's not picking up as well. And I think this might have something to do with whatever their new vocal processing thing that they added in was. Because I used to come up pretty solidly whenever I spoke. And then now I'm just looking over at either StreamKit or the actual Discord call, and it's just... Every now and again, it's not showing up. It's showing up like after I've started my words or dropping out after I've started talking when I get a little bit quiet, which is not great because it appears that like the AT2020 is a great microphone, but it appears to have only two settings, too loud and too quiet. And I've been trying to balance that, and it doesn't seem to want to be working great. Works great
that makes sense.
Works great for solo recording. Like when I'm recording for like games or videos or whatever or anything, comes out fine. Oh, Freddie Stromo was Cormac. But and especially once you add a bit of compression and normalize the audio. But the problem is when you're live, you can't do that as well. Anyways, yeah, we're not going to sit through all these credits. We'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody. You know where to find us, and go check out DJ Brett 12 on BitChute.